I'm Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Swasman Gujin Cosplay, and tonight we are watching with you guys Geass.
Episode 4.
Yes.
What happened last episode?
Oh damn, we learned that one of Lelouch's classmates was in the rebellion because she was
She's the girl with the red hair and stuff. She is an hybrid, true.
Hybrid.
She's got a parent.
Italian, half Japanese.
Yes. So that brings up the question of how do these people actually survive in this world, knowing that both the countries that they come from are at each other's throats and stuff. So she's in a very precarious situation.
She is.
But so we not only did we learn that, we also learned a lot about, we learned a bit about Lelouch's past and what happened to his mom. And so now we know that he and his sister are kind of in hiding, like they're pretending to be someone else, as a rich family, hides them in their backyard and stuff. So this is good. He killed his brother, Clovis, right?
Prince Clovis, yeah.
He killed his brother, and then his friend Suzaku was framed for the murder. So that's how the episode ended. Yeah. Right? It's been a little bit since we watched it. But,
also, we did learn that Lelouch cannot use his power more than once.
Yeah, true.
On the same person. So, like I said, you need to be careful about on which person is gonna use it and what it's gonna use it for.
Because depending on who you're using it on, you might need to use it more than once. So if he's not careful, could mess up. He could mess up.
Like you said something and didn't mean to say it and something wrong happened?
I'm pretty sure he needs to think about it when he uses his power. It's just that you never know. Like if you like, for example, he didn't know this, but he used his power on the girl from the rebellion. And then after that, when he used it as a test, like he wanted to find out who she was, but then he cannot use it ever again on her. So if he ever needs it in the future, he won't be able to. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, he is very intelligent, so I'm guessing that he's going to be careful with this and he's going to be good at this. So we'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I want to see if he's going to help his friend.
Alright.
Let's watch this episode. Okay.
How does the nanny know her?
I know. I think she thought it was the maid or something. The girl taking care of her. But all right. It's so funny. Well, not funny, but interesting to see a Britannian prince working so hard in order to take down Britannia, and a Japanese guy working so hard to just settle this and change the Britannia.
Not a Japanese guy, a former Japanese prime minister's son.
Yeah. So both of them are like in the same situation, but they're working against their country, kinda. Although, whereas Lelouch, although Lelouch's goal is to destroy Britannia for his own purpose, for his own revenge. He believes they are rotten because of what they did to his family, and he wants to stop them and punish them for what they did. It's not technically, at least I think, it's not about him setting the 11s free. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to do this for them. He's doing this for himself and his sister, which is one thing I do like. I mean, he is so different. Like you said in this episode, he is an anti-hero, and but there is one redeeming quality in him, and it's his love for his sister. I feel like it's the way he wants her to be free, because right now they are kind of prisoners if you think about it, because they cannot be themselves in this world. So as much as some people say that it's a persona, even when he is with his sister. One of you guys did say something interesting online, and it was that when he is with his sister, he is still wearing a mask, but he is wearing the mask of the person he wishes he could be in the future.
Aww.
But I really love seeing him with his sister, the way he takes care of her, and the way he's being nice with her.
We'll be ashamed something happened to her, though, right?
What?
We'll be ashamed something happened to her. I do hope nothing will happen to her.
I'll never say I like her character, because I have a curse, and every single time I say I like a character.
You're a curse.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm enjoying this switch in character. Like, he has so many masks, literally. And by the way,
That mask is freaking awesome.
Like, he can even, just open it for one eye, like, so he can control people.
You need to control people without taking the mask off.
But how did he create this thing? Where did he find it?
Morgan Freeman. He got his own Morgan Freeman to do it. He's Batman.
He is Batman.
He's Batman.
The rich guy, so that's just very good at everything he does.
Looks like a freaking bath.
Anyway, his costume makes him look so imposing and just badass. And he's got a thing for theatricals. Like, the way he moves, but also the way he does everything for the cameras. It's like he's spreading a message. Kinda. Like, if he's about to start a war, he's gonna need supporters. He's gonna need people on his side. And by giving them a show...
He needs to be an entertainer.
Yeah. If he gives them a show, people are gonna follow and listen. And the way he set this up was, to me, at least, a way for them to see who the Britannians really were. Because depending on how they would react at this thing, they would have been seen as the bad guys. Because if they don't let him go, he threatens to kill all the Britannians. And then, if they let him do this, they're seen as the ones who are okay with sacrificing thousands of innocents. So on the Britannian side,
to use his power to get Suzaku released. So
now he cannot use it again with that guy anymore. But still, he set this up so that if they try to stop him, he would be seen as the good guy, and the enemy would be seen as the bad guys because they would have been okay with killing Britannians to stop him. So that's not good. And then at the end, by still, getting away and using the gas and stuff, he shows to all the 11s that he is fighting against the Britannians. And by saying, I'm the one who killed Clovis, like, he's setting himself up as this figure that people are going to look up to and they're going to want to help him. And he's taking this to a new level, like, playing at being, at terrorism. It's a game. He wants to take this all the way up to war, which is huge.
Oh, damn.
I do wonder how, like, right now they're setting him up as being this all-powerful being that looks cool and that controls everything and that he cannot be stopped. But in the future, people have been comparing him to Light Yagami from Death Note. And what is Light Yagami's flaw? What is
his pride?
His pride, exactly. When he gets too confident that he's got this is usually when he starts falling. So I'm kind of seeing him now as this guy who's so confident that he can win. Like, he's capable of creating these amazing plans, but he might get reckless in the future. Like, he was reckless in this one because he truly believed that he had it in, he had everything in control. But in the future, that might be his flaw too. Like, he might trust in himself a bit too much. And I don't think he's above, allowing casualties here and there. So, like, we did see that in the first few episodes that he doesn't really care what happens around him. He's using them as pawns and that's it. So, I don't know where this is gonna go, but I'm afraid that he might end up trusting in his plans and his knowledge way too much, and that's gonna be his flaw. Like, that's where he's gonna start. Like, just for example here, like, he was confident that his way of thinking was the best and that he knew his friend just enough to know that he was going to join him and stuff. But then Suzaku went and said, I'm trying to change them from inside. So I'm sorry. I'm going to follow the rules.
And that's a good way of thinking.
It's going to get him killed, but it's a very good way of thinking.
That too.
And he had not planned on this at all. Like, he didn't expect this, so he got very angry. And at that moment, it could have, he could have exposed himself if he wasn't being careful. Because I was expecting him to at one point even show his face.
Come on, man! Bro! This right here.
So, we do see that when everything doesn't go as planned, he starts to lose it a little bit. So this is something that could go very wrong for him. But Suzaku,
usually when you got someone who likes to be in control of what's going on, of every step, all of the way, if something doesn't go as the way they plan it, they're gonna go reckless and they're gonna put a tantrum.
Yeah, they're gonna try to rectify everything, and it's gonna go even worse.
Yeah.
Still, Suzaku I feel like he is a bit naive. Like, he believes that he can change everyone without
doing the sacrifice necessary for that.
Yeah, kinda. Well, any sacrifice, despite his own, sorry, I cannot talk tonight. Okay, so he wants to do this without sacrificing anything but himself, maybe. Because he is sacrificing himself. Like, he's been rejected by his family because he joined the Britannians. And him being the son of the minister, I mean, he should be expected to be part of the rebellion, but he's not.
He doesn't look good, right?
No, he doesn't look good at all, like, doing this. So his own people despise him, and he cannot be accepted by the Britannians because he is an 11. As much as he tries, he is still an 11, so he's kind of... I don't think he cares about what happens to him as long as he has hope that he can change them from inside and, create this era of peace. Which, in a way, is interesting because it could come from the fact that he used to be friends with Lelouch. He saw both sides. Like, he saw the Japanese, like, because it's his family, it's his country, it's everything that is him. But he also saw a good Britannian. Like, he saw one of his friends is Britannian, so he's trying to make peace so they can just be okay in the future. Everyone, not just him, but everyone, which is a big difference between him and Lelouch. Like, Lelouch is all about himself, but Suzaku is all about everyone else. So this is, it's interesting. And it's kind of a tragedy if you think about where this is going to go. Because they're going to be fighting each other.
Yeah, I think they will.
Before we end this, the pure-blooded guy, like the guy who's like, I'm a pure Britannian, and only pure Britannians should take part in the, should be part of the military.
Pure blood speech or dumb.
This is bullshit.
Really
like,
dumb. I don't know if you saw it, but I want to say something. When they show us the intro, when they said that when the Britannia attacked, the Japanese people finally saw the worth that they were, like, they were below the Britannians. I want to puke.
Yeah.
Really.
But this is like, weirdly enough, this is what it used to be like Second World War and stuff like this, where there is a group of people that believe they are above everyone else. Like, the propaganda is strong. In this episode, we saw it. Like, they set up the cameras and it's a show. Like, it's a way for them to pass a message. And it doesn't matter what they truly think. Like, it's a game. Like, they need to play. Like, they have been deeply affected by Clovis's death. So people can feel for them and follow them. Just like in World War II, like, I did an analysis when I was studying cinema in university about a film that was made during World War II and the behind the scenes and stuff. And you clearly see that, for example, there was a parade and Hitler was in a parade, and during the movie, there were not many people at the parade because there were people, that didn't like him present there, but they still recorded only the people that were cheering for him, and they placed them so that it looked like there were so many more people than there actually were, So cameras and TV shows, they're very important in a setup like this because the way they record stuff and who they show and how they show them, what people say on camera, that's how they manipulate everyone else.
Why do you think every single ad that we have nowadays, they only end up with people who said only good stuff about their product? Oh, you need to try this. I tried it. Oh, it's an amazing product. You need to buy it.
It's manipulation, like, it's pure manipulation. And sadly enough, there are people who truly believe in that. Like, and I mean, we hear them say...
there's people who believe that everything that you heard on TV is true because those are like the news. But...
yeah. No.
Sometimes no.
Sometimes no. Most of the time.
Some news channel are too...
objective.
Objective.
Or subjective.
No, subjective.
Subjective. They're too subjective.
They're too subjective to be...
For it to be... Like, they might give you the right information, but the way they say it is going to manipulate you into thinking about this situation differently. And it's a dangerous game, which is why, like, you really need to try to find different sources of information when you're faced with something like this.
Because two type of news could be about the same truth, could be totally different the way they show you the news.
Like at the beginning of the episode when they're like, ever since the war, both sides have been thriving together and becoming friends. And I'm like, yeah, right. Have you seen where they live? Or how they live? This is bullshit. But people believe it because this is the news. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is already up on Patreon. The link is in the description.
So go click and subscribe. And if you don't, but you just want to wait for the next Saturday. Next Saturday for the next video to be up on YouTube.
Yes. See you then, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.